Yesterday we went to the car boot sale in Sant Ponsa at the Sant Ponsa industrial estate, and today we've come to Consell. It's similar sort of size, may actually be a little bit bigger. One of the comments I received on the industrial estate yesterday was it's a bit different than the UK car boot sales because there were no car boots. Well, actually just to the side of me and behind me here we do actually have some car boots, but basically people come along and they set up their stalls. Quite often they have to remove the cars. We might see a few more cars here today though. So Anita's already spotted the first thing she wants to buy, and we'll see whether she buys it on the way back. So some of the stalls that we're seeing today were actually in Sant Ponsa yesterday, so this one in particular was there yesterday. And then we've got a lot of empty area here. In the past this has always been full of stalls, but the weather's been so inclement that I guess some people have just not turned up today. I guess it's not much fun having a stall and it's raining. But we're a little bit later today. In fact, we're quite a lot later. It's 11:45, so it's getting near to the end of the car boot sale. And I think probably with the rain that we had overnight, quite a few people who normally have come to set up their stalls decided not to. You can see some of the professional nature of the stall holders here. They come ready with shade from the weather, and the main part of the car boot sale is down to the left, and there's a little bit there to the right, and right in front of us there is a car park, and you pay €1 or so, I'm not sure what it is, to park the car there. It's on a field which could well be a little bit muddy today. We usually park in one of the back streets. There's a bread stall which is always here. There's all sorts of other different bakery items. And this is the main part of the industrial estate where the car boot sale, flea market, whatever you want to call it, Frustrida. Lots of artisan people here as well, selling their work. Someone asked me this morning whether this was on today, whether we've got the market, and I immediately said yes. But we came a few weeks ago, months ago now, and it wasn't on. It was, so I had to hesitate and wait on my reply really. This Sant Ponsa one was open, so I didn't really see any reason why this one shouldn't be. And indeed it is open, it's just not as busy. There's quite a few people here, but not as busy, not as full as it usually is. So here we are in Consell, which is more in the middle of the island, and it's just a little village, quite accessible by the motorway, so easy enough to get here. And if you're coming from the Palma side, it's just beyond Santa Maria, and there is a normal market in Santa Maria where they sell the fruit and vegetables and all the other usual things you find in market stalls.
No, está con mi madre de paseo. Se los ha llevado la abuela. Hasta luego.
Y esta es más baja también, ¿no? Este lo puedo pensar.
So it goes off in sort of some of the little side streets here. Again, I'll be doing the video here in 360 as well, so if you like to have a look around, the 360 is the way to do it.
¿Dónde está la nariz de ella? ¿Dónde está la nariz? ¿En la nariz ya?
I've one of those to put your feet on.
Pardon?
Have one of those to put your feet on.
I have one to put my... I think not. Yeah, I'm sure we saw some of these stalls yesterday in Sant Ponsa, in Sant Ponsa.
Pero claro, una no. Ya entendí.
You can't smell, but I can. You can smell the carobs. There's a factory on this industrial estate, there's this factory in Mallorca as well, where they process the carob beans, and the smell is sort of very distinctive and perhaps not too pleasant. It's an interesting smell. These carobs, the beans that grow on the trees, they can be processed into all sorts of things, usually animal feed. But I did go to a science fair where they were producing chocolate from the carob beans. They got quite a high sugar content. And just in front of us you can see a few cars parked. That's the car park. That does get very busy at times. It's quite a strong smell, isn't it, this carob bean? Yeah. It's quite big business here because the carobs do produce a lot of beans, which people go around picking them. They stick out, put a sheet or something underneath and knock the beans onto the floor, collect them up in a sheet, and then you take them to the factory. So you drive in with your car with your sack loads of beans. They weigh your car on the way in. You offload your beans, they have a look at them I suppose and check them, and they weigh your car on the way out, and they'll pay you cash then for the beans that you've collected. And it is such big business that people actually steal the beans, and because it's one of those cash businesses. But our son's got a carob tree at the bottom of this garden, and he and his daughters did collect them last year and took them along and got paid some cash. Always lots of clothes stalls and shoes, these car boot sales, flea markets. And it is multinational. You'll find that this one is largely Spanish, Mallorquin, and you will find also here a lot of Germans set up their stalls. I don't remember seeing any in the way of Brits here. And Brits come to visit and buy, but I can't remember seeing any British stall holders. It's not many. Just a few more stalls and then we come to the end of this road. and we have to walk back, and there's a couple more side streets to wander around. So it gives you an idea of what there is here in Consell. Here it's always on a Sunday morning, finishes around lunchtime. I'm going to switch the video off here, and then we'll catch up as we have a look at some different parts of the market just up the street there. I guess it's typical of many industrial estates. You see lots of graffiti. Someone was asking me, does anybody do anything about it? And in some places they do, so they paint it out. It's a really big job, and in other areas it tends to be just left. So here we've got it on the walls. I suppose we've had a couple of years of where kids have had little to do and come out and written on the walls. In Palma, some of the graffiti has actually been quite offensive and very much against tourism. There's a group of people who seem to think there are too many tourists coming to the island, and the island's being overrun by them. I guess I feel somewhat like that in the summer sometimes, when we get stuck in traffic jams just because there are so many cars on the road. But it's the lifeblood of the island, whether we like it or not. Without the tourists, Mallorca would be a very poor island. I was reading this morning in the newspaper that during the pandemic 135,000 people on the island had no more than €475 a month to live on. I don't know how you can possibly live on €475 a month. That's 135,000 people. And of the rest, much of the population has to live on very, very small incomes. So places like this give an additional source of income. Some people come here to supplement their incomes, selling whatever they can. So I've lost Anita for a moment. I think she saw some books. I can see her coming now. She has a bag. I think she's brought some books. One thing she likes to do. We're actually coming up to the Christmas market time of the year as well, so hopefully we'll be visiting some of those. What have you got, my dear?
Bargain.
Oh, the snowman. Haven't we already got that one?
€2 for €1.
2 for... well, that's a bargain.
It's a bargain. Can I put them in your bag?
You may. At this industrial estate, some of the locales, some of the warehouses do open up, and when you look inside them, they just have all sorts of things in there. And good day for them. They can open up on a Sunday and hopefully make a little bit of money. So similar, but not quite the same as the car boot sale in Sant Ponsa. You may have noticed as we've been going around, there's some much bigger things, some big hats. No, I've got a hat. I don't need a hat that big.
A ver si me he equivocado, digo, los hermanos los roles.
Jo me'n recordo. 15 minuts després me surt el nom.
Well, I think we've actually covered all of the car boot sale now. It's a little bit smaller than it normally is. On a normal Sunday morning there are a lot more stalls here. All the areas in front of us and to the side are full of stalls, and so it's much quieter today, but good to see that it's on. And if you're available and you can come down on a Sunday morning, then Consell Market is an interesting place to come and have a look around. So thanks very much for watching, and do subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, and we'll look forward to see you in the next video.